just wanted to stop in, really. I'm going to be spending some time with you tomorrow in the morning, so we'll have a chance to talk more then. But I just really wanted to stop in and say hi and to introduce myself. I know almost all of you. I've met you before. But the remaining 2 or 3, I'm looking forward to getting to know you a little bit while we're here now. I'm very, very happy to have you all here. I think that what you will find, probably David has covered this ground already, but if you're at all active or at all interested in the work of the Theosophical Society, I think hopefully you won't be overwhelmed by any of this. But there's an awful lot here. And it's really the point of it being here is to make it possible for all of us, wherever we are, to draw on it. And so that's really what I'm hoping you'll get a chance to be exposed to. One of the other things, we have a lot of resources of different types. But I find myself really in the position, particularly since I've taken on this role as a international president, where we've got a lot of resources. If you go around the world, we have places where there are large tracts of land, And because the Theosophical Society came into its own 140 years ago, very often what you have is places that were developed by very devoted members, sometimes right in the heart of what have now become, large urban centers or very developed places. Right now you're sitting in what was a cornfield in 1926. Nothing. No tree, no person, no nothing. No wheaton of any real description. What we had was a train stop that had just gotten out here from Chicago. And, some people who were far-seeing and, willing to take a chance. And that grew into what's now 42 acres that's surrounded by the suburb of Wheaton. You have similar centers in Bangalore in India, where, that's the IT capital of India, and they have something almost just like this right in the center of town. You've got the same thing in Holland. You've got these sorts of things all over. That's a wonderful resource. But really what it comes down to for me, the resource that I look to the most and the thing that has to be developed more so than anything else is the resources sitting in this room. People. That's actually the point of this movement to begin with. To do something on behalf of humanity, and working on behalf of humanity somehow or another always requires working with humans. With us. And so, David has really, I don't even need to tell you about David. If you don't already know. In fact, I'm not going to sing his praises, doggone it. Look at it already. But if I did, it wouldn't be out of place. He's worked to get all of you here. He's put together a program that's designed to kind of serve whatever your needs might be and to allow you to express what those are and further them as we go along. So it's going to be something quite good. But I think, from my experience, now I've been involved with the Theosophical Society now for 41 years. 1974 I joined. So you see a lot of different things happen over that time. A lot of things you see you wish you hadn't seen. But again, that's people. But one of the things that I have found is that the things that have been really so rewarding for me have been situations like this, where we find ourselves in each other's presence. And everybody who's in this room, none of us get places by accident. And this particular thing, we're here with the mind to try and develop, try and cultivate something that's going to be better for us and for the worlds we live in. So, David, for instance, I've known David to work with him for, more than 25 years now. I've known his mother longer than that, to work with her. But, it starts off with one little thing, and as time goes on, there's a network of workers, a network of consciousness that develops. And, that's really what this is about. To try and provide the platform that we can really grow more deeply into this work. And so I know you're going to get a lot out of it. Along the way, don't miss getting some enjoyment out of it. Don't anybody let me hear when the thing is done and you're getting ready to get to the airport that you haven't found time to walk around these grounds. That you haven't had a moment to stand in front of the shrine for Mother Mary or sit by the Buddha shrine or walk in the labyrinth. Don't let me hear that. I'll tell David, don't invite them back. But anyway, as I say, we're going to be talking more tomorrow. And tomorrow really, my use to you as a resource, in many ways it's part of what has happened. For about 1.5 years now, I've been international president as well as national president. National president's job in the United States certainly is a full-time job. The international president's job is a full-time job. So I have succeeded in expanding the day to 48 hours. Basically, I find myself in a position where I can't fail. I mean, nothing like this has ever happened where you've had that situation. It's just really circumstances that just conspired for this one to actually happen. But I'm in a position where I cannot fail because what I'm trying to do is impossible. So there's no failure. So it's very freeing. But, my value in many ways to you as a resource is as a bridge to the global or international work that really this society is involved in and is its purpose. We're not a bunch of little isolated sections around the world, doing work in England and the U.S. That's not. It's one theosophical movement. I think over time we've somewhat lost that concept. Maybe not lost it, but it's faded into the background. And so part of what I feel is important in my work is to re-stimulate that simple fact that this is a worldwide movement, one movement, within which we all participate. So to stretch our sights a little bit, we're looking at right now a planet that has a certain need. 140 years ago is when the TS came into being. And so things were not at all ripe for the message that it had to bring. And everybody knew that. But what do? You still have to bring this message. You still have to do this work. In many ways, conditions have ripened in such a way that if you were to ask me, my sense is that we're on the cusp of a time where it's possible to really, for these ideas to really have some sway in the sense that they are so profoundly needed right now. And so moments like this, that we have an opportunity for things like this, we want to treat it in a special way. And it's really just a matter of the way we turn our minds. That's all it is. It's not like we got to get all tight and serious about this. But, so anyway, we'll talk more tomorrow. But I'm glad to get a chance to say hi to you all and to get to see those. So I'm not going to take up any more of your precious time with my babble. I'm going to let you all get back to business. I'm going to turn it back over to Dave.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you.
So I'll see you all tomorrow. Oh, yeah, that's right.